All right, I am in California. I'm in Redding at the, I believe it's called the something crossing marketplace. I can't see what it is. And I've just had some lunch and I'm about to hit Platina Road. So that means I'm going to travel west, southwest from here. And then there's this fantastic looking section that's super twisty. And I'm hoping, because the day is so unbelievably bright and clear, that I will be getting some drone footage. If I haven't forgotten how to fly the drone. It's been a long time because the weather's been so crappy and I didn't get to do any additional drives last year. So here we go. Leaving the river crossing marketplace, I head through the southwest edges of Redding on South Bonneview Road, passing by housing tracts, parks, and businesses to connect with Clear Creek Road. Clear Creek starts with industrial areas on either side before becoming more wilderness and park focused. There's a nice curvy short climb up and over the hill by the big silo things before I drop down past the dump on my left. I remember looking out at the emptiness of this road and the scenery and thinking, this is looking really promising. The map view is one thing, but actually being on the road is another. Clear Creek gently curves down and quickly reach the transition point where it becomes Platina. Platina immediately starts out as a narrow 2-lane road and pretty much sticks with that the rest of the way. And it's a pretty quick run to Ono. Platina gently winds and rolls its way southwest through and up out of Ono. Once past, things are starting to feel remote. I'll be heading over hill and through Dale before entering the Tugay section. Or Togay, whatever. full mix of road types is in effect. Flowing twists, gentle sweepers, straight sprints, and climbs up before dropping back down into a flat valley floor. And then repeat. Platina remains consistently narrow, and I'm heading deeper and deeper into the hinterlands. Aside from the road features, you'll pass by ranches on either side, and there are areas of free-range cattle. It's time to really start paying attention. I have a friend who recently went out and drove this, and he remarked that it's the best road I've seen that's easy to get to. I'm really impressed. Okay, here we are, the real focus of this route. You get a nice 30-mile warm-up of solid driving. I'm not going to talk over this part of the road, and the music will be off. Enjoy the Platina Road Scribble. right here, for whatever reason, my rear camera cut out. So there'll be no exhaust noise basically for the rest of this drive. So that's kind of a bummer. I don't know if it got too hot. Try and work on that on my next drives with a change in camera setup, or at least mounting setup. But you'll get a little bit of that front wind noise to be the sort of the background. All right, I just finished doing Platina Road, which was frankly crazy. 4.5 out of 5 stars, I would say. I'm disappointed I couldn't do any drone footage, but the only place I found where I could stop and get drone footage had a whole bunch of power lines, and I'm not I'm not what do you call qualified isn't the word. I don't feel adept enough at my drone flying to even want to try to manage around a bunch of power lines. But that Platina Road was crazy, constant work. And the reason I'm giving it 4.5 out of 5 is in some parts of it, driveways, of course, and then there's also open range cattle areas. So that's kind of a bummer. But this was a great road. Like, you are on your toes. Oh, another reason why it gets a 4.5 is it is a full, there are locals that drive this, and so they're driving trucks generally, and it is narrow, so you definitely have to watch out for that. So if you ever get out here, it's amazing. I can see why motorcyclists would like this road. Wow, now I'm gonna hit down, I think this is 36? Yeah, 36 to Red Bluff, and then off to my friends. I might do this other route that I plan I'm calling Vina Express, but I might just be ready to head to their house, and I'll do that some other time. 36 isn't also a great road to drive. I think I'm just gonna give the car a break for a sec and kind of walk around and shake it off, so to speak. So see you out there.